Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and this is week 18 of my doing 100 weeks of YouTube videos and focusing on living a healthy and happy life. So, yay for week 18! 100 videos is going to take me like 2 years, so it's going to be a while. But I'm excited. I'm still doing my videos, and I'm excited to be this far into that weeks. And I had kind of an interesting week, good week, bad week, up and down week. I'm not really sure week. I will go through my little list of things, and then I will talk about my stuff that I can remember, because I'm a little behind in making my videos, but I want to make sure that I share what happened. So socially for that week, I'm trying to remember. I apologize. My brain doesn't quite function as well as I would like for it to. I believe that was my last week of socially. That was my last week of working on a Tuesday at the temple, and I was sad. Tuesday nights as cleaning the temple. So, I mean, it was fun. I got to go have some fun doing that, and I'm grateful I did. But I was sad because it was my last week doing it on a Tuesday. I'm switching to Fridays, so it's okay. I get to do it on Fridays, but kind of sad. Either that or it was my first week of being on a Friday. But either way, it was very different for my week. I honestly am trying to remember. I did reach out to a few people, talk to some people. I told my friend who's in Brazil that I would do something for her here, and I still haven't done it, so I need to do that. I need to figure that out. Emotionally, I think I did pretty good with making my videos and journaling and scriptures and meditationals and things, so it was okay. But I had some disappointments, and I had some encouragements and some disappointments. And one of the things is I got emotionally, I got some money, and I went crazy. I should not be allowed to do that. I should not. I don't think I know how to handle money, so that's why my finances are all near of something I need to do. But I did try to go get a car and was somewhat unsuccessful. I was basically told that in order to get a car that's for like $10,000 that I had to have $7,000 deposit on it. And I was like, dude, if I had $7,000, I'd just go find a car for $7,000 and I wouldn't finance it at all. So I was kind of annoyed by that and just frustrated because I was like, okay, I'm trying to get my own transportation so I don't have to keep borrowing everybody else's, but grateful that I can borrow everybody else's. And the car that I was supposed to borrow for the week ended up not starting. And so then I had to scramble and get people to give me rides, and I'm so grateful they gave me rides. I am so grateful they gave me rides. And then I was able to get a ride for physical therapy, and then I was able to get somebody to just drop me off after work to take me to go get mom and dad's car again, because they said I could have it for another week, and I was like, didn't know I was going to have it for a third week, don't know how long I'm going to have it for, which is why I was trying to go get a car, and that just didn't work on Wednesday when I wanted to. So I was kind of having emotional ups and downs, but grateful for people willing to last minute literally called somebody on Monday and said, this car that I borrowed didn't start, so can you come give me a ride at 7:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, because I'm I have to be to work at 7:30. And somehow I made it on time, even though they were kind of late picking me up. So I think Heavenly Father just blessed us with green lights all the way to work or something. It was amazing. So I feel truly blessed and grateful that I was on time to work in spite of all of that. And then grateful that someone was willing to take me to go get a car, go pick up the car afterwards the next day or something. So I was able to get the transportation that I needed for a couple of days and then borrow a car again. But I was like, I don't like being in this situation, which is why I really wanted to get a car. So I was kind of trying to force the solution, I think. And it probably would be better if I would just wait and save up some money and figure out my finances, what my paychecks are going to be like, what I can actually afford and what I can't afford before I go do it. But I was like, I got a paycheck, I got paid, I got insurance money that they were supposed to pay me way back in March, and they finally paid me the deductible for my car. It just randomly came so I could pay my past due bills, and then I had some extra money that I could make a down payment on a car, and I was like, I can do this, and I have a paycheck so I can show proof that I'm working so I can get a car. And then I didn't get a car on Wednesday like I wanted to, so I was kind of bummed about that. But then I got a car on Friday, which I really wanted to. So I was like, yay. But then I had a whole fiasco with the broker and trying to get insurance and got swindled out of some money that I'm still disputing with the bank and trying to sort that out. So then I was really upset about all of that. And then I had family dinner on Sunday night and I given the car back. Monday, I gave it back Monday. They let me use it an extra day. So I could go pick up my car on Monday because I didn't leave the dealership with it on Friday because one, I had two cars and there's no way I could just drive out with two cars, and two, I didn't get insurance because of the whole insurance fiasco, so I couldn't leave with the new car. Plus, it was a used car and it needed some work done on it that they weren't going to be able to do until Monday anyway. So I was like, just do it on Monday and I'll get it after work. So it all worked out. But I am so grateful for Mom Shoemaker because she was asking how my week was, and I was telling her about how I got the money and how I got the car and I got this. And she's like, oh, you had such a great week. I'm so happy you had such a great week. And I was like, I didn't get to the part where the stuff didn't work out that I didn't want to work out, but I realized that she was absolutely right, that I'd had this amazingly good week and I had spent so much time focused on the things that didn't work out or the things that got screwed up one way or the other because I wasn't listening and I was trying to force solutions. Or, when they said $275 for insurance, I was like, that's ridiculous, and I should have just said no instead of trying to go through with it just because I wanted to get my car. And then I ended up finding a better deal somewhere else, but still getting screwed out of that money. So anyway, I'll figure that out another day. But I just was like so surprised and so grateful for the reminder from Mom Shoemaker that I did have a good week and that I was focusing on all the wrong things, and that even though I was out that money temporarily, hopefully temporarily, I could still dispute it with the bank and I could still try to get that money back. And even if I don't, it was the extra money that I got from the car insurance. It wasn't money that had to go towards bills. I still had everything that I need. So it sucks to be out that money, but I'm still okay. And so I was just so grateful for that little reminder that I didn't even get to the part where I was complaining about anything. And I was like, I don't need to complain about anything. So emotionally, I think I like to complain. Complaining is a habit and I focus too much on the negative. And so it was a nice reminder that I talked about all the positive stuff first. And then by the time I got to the negative stuff, she was like, oh, you had such a great week. I'm so glad you had such a great week. And I'm like, I never finished that because there just was no point in ruining the rest of my conversation with the negative that happened, because it really wasn't as big as I was making it out to be, and the good was outweighed the bad. So that was kind of an interesting emotional take for me. So spiritually, I think I need to do better at listening when I get those little promptings or thoughts that something makes me uncomfortable, like paying too much for car insurance. I should just say no, or I should just be like, okay, I can't do this, and just walk away. And had I done that, I wouldn't be in this situation. But I trust people and I like to force solutions, and I just, I'm not very good at saying no. I should be better at that. I wish I was better at that. It's not, I should be. I'm just not. I trust people and I want the best outcome, and I don't always think things through. And I was hungry and tired and it had been a long day and I just wanted to be done. So I figured that was the best way to just be done, and I didn't care I did, but I didn't care enough that I made a change. And then by the time I did, it was kind of too late. So trying to backtrack, that doesn't always work. But spiritually, I know that God was guiding me and helping me. And I ended up texting some friends about a car, and they told me a place to go, and I went, and they were able to I test drove like 2 cars, maybe 3, I don't know, 2 or 3. But the third one, I was like, I like this car. It reminds me of one my grandma had. It's a lighter color. It's a little bit bigger than my other one, but not much. And it was something I could afford. I still think the interest rate and the amount I'm going to pay is ridiculous, but it's still something that I could afford. So I was just really grateful for that. And so I'm like, yay, that makes me very happy. So hopefully it's something I can afford. I still haven't got my finances all sorted out, and I still haven't worked a 40-hour week yet. So I don't know how much my paychecks are actually going to be. So we shall see. Physically, I just did my physical therapy. I've been so bad. I haven't been exercising or doing things. I have been trying to eat healthier. However, been doing a little bit better at eating healthier, so that's a good thing. Just buying food and eating food. I had some money and I was tired and ornery, and so I went to like Fry's instead of to Winco. So I spent way more money on less food, which was not the best financial decision for me, but at least it was healthy food. So I was like, all right, at least I'm still making food at home, trying to avoid all the junk food at work. Like people have all this candy, and I'm like, I'm not eating that, not touching that. I'm good. So I'm grateful that I can stay away from that. It's hard, but I can do it. So I am grateful for that. Mentally, not sure other than just work, which I'm kind of getting bored at. I haven't really done a whole lot mentally with that. I did do some work on my book, I think. Trying to remember. Yeah, but that's about it. That's about it. Not much mentally. Financially, I went crazy. Seriously, I got $2,500, which was a deductible for my car. So I finally got the money for the deductible. So I got the full value of my car now, which is good. And then, like I said, I used $1,000 to pay past due rent and bills, and I put $1,000 on my car, and then I ended up putting $1,200 down on my car, and then ended up spending the other $275 for insurance that I'm not going to get. So that's kind of a mess. And so I'm just like, yay, I have money. But then I feel horrible because I feel like I'm like my biological dad or my ex. And it was like, ooh, money, we have to spend it. Ooh, money, we have to spend it. And that's not really what I was thinking. It was like, yay, I have a paycheck, I can actually pay my bills. And yay, I have some money I can actually put down towards a car, and I can get a car so I don't have to worry about borrowing cars that may or may not start, or worrying about where I can and can't go in somebody else's car because I'm driving somebody else's car, so I'm under somebody else's insurance. So if there's an accident or I get pulled over, there's a big to-do because it's not mine. All of those things that I worry about when driving other people's cars, even in mom and dad's car, I still like worry about that. And also, having to get rides from people. And even though people are wonderful and gracious and willing to let me use their cars and willing to give me rides, and it is fantastic and wonderful, I just feel uncomfortable having to constantly ask for that. And then I don't like the stress and the worry about how am I going to get to work? How am I going to get to my physical therapy? How am I going to get all of my treatment done? So I stress about all of those things. So I really wanted a car, and it didn't work out with what I wanted on Wednesday. And then I went on Friday after work, and I didn't think it was going to work out, and it did. And I found something that I'm comfortable with. I'm disappointed it's not a manual transmission, but it is a really good car. It runs really well. It's a pretty color. It's kind of a silvery blue color. I love that. It's nice, and it fit within my budget. Like he was telling me that they wanted $200 every 2 weeks, and I was like, holy crap, I don't know if I can do that. That's like a lot of money. And then they came back out, and with the money that I put down, they're like, hey, it's only going to be like $315 a month. And I was like, oh, that's like $10 less than my last car payment, and I could do that financially, so I should be able to do this financially. It should not even be a problem. So I was like, yay, I can do that because I'll be making more money at this job than at my last job, and so this should not be a problem. So I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I can afford this. I can do this. This will be okay. Still not sure how it's all going to work in my budget, and don't like that my car payment is due at the same time as my rent. So I will have to sort all of that out, because I did the first of the month instead of the middle of the month when I came to buy a car. So probably should have waited a couple of weeks, which I could have. And I thought about waiting, and I just, like I said, I had the money now, and I just wanted to do it so I wouldn't have to worry about rides for 2 more weeks until I got a second paycheck, which might have helped my circumstances. Getting a second paycheck, it might have at least helped my finances, or at least given me another month before I had to make a car payment, or something to get things sorted out, to save up or whatever. But I didn't wait for any of that. I was just like, I'm just gonna go and do it. And I did, and I got something wonderful, and I'm grateful for that. Not sure if it was the best financial decision in the world, but it was a financial decision, and I was able to pay my past due rent and utilities, which I am grateful for, and able to pay current stuff. So I'm all caught up on my bills at this point, which makes me super happy. So I'm like, yay, I'm caught up on bills. This is a good thing. And I have a car, so this is a great thing. So in spite of the fact that I ended up, throwing $275 on something that I may not ever see again, which really sucks, I did at least do this. So I am grateful for that. So I did have a great week. And so I'm like, yay, I'm exhausted, been up staying up every day, staying up too late, getting up too early, still struggling to adjust to my hours. So physically still having a hard time with that. Mentally still having a hard time with that. Trying to find the balance to still do everything with my job and everything that I'm doing, but knowing that God loves me and that God is helping me and He's there for me every day is just amazing. And this week, like Mom Shoemaker said, I had a great week. I really did. I just didn't see it as a great week because everything was changing with my temple service and just different than what I'm used to, and the car and everything else. So it's just kind of, a back and forth kind of a thing. And emotionally, another thing popped into my brain, which I wish had not, but my writing friend, the one that was giving me rides to my writing group on Wednesday nights, she had a stroke and passed away. And so emotionally, that was kind of rough for me too, because now I've lost 2 friends recently, and that's really hard too. So, but I know she's in a better place and it will be okay. But I'm sad that she didn't get to finish her books, which makes me think that I really need to work on mine, because I don't want to be that person where I talked about all my books and all my friends and family know about them, but I never get them published, so the rest of the world doesn't know about them. So it's kind of a little added motivation to write, but really kind of sad. And her sister's going to finish her book for her, or at least one of them, I hope. I don't know how many she had that she was working on. So, but her sister said she's going to finish them, and I hope her sister does. But I also know even if her sister finishes them and publishes that under her name, it'll be fantastic because it was her story and her idea. But it won't be her voice. It'll be her sister's voice, because everyone has a different voice. Even when they're writing, it comes out a little bit differently. So it won't quite be the same, but at least it'll be out there. And I am grateful for that. And I am sad that my friend is gone. And they haven't decided when they're having the services yet, so I will definitely go if I can. And that has been my week, my crazy little week. But there you go. Anyway, that is all I have. So if you like these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great week full of gratitude and find ways to have a happy and healthy life too.